can't go home. Real Estate Exposed, brought to you by Signature Real Estate. Real Estate Exposed is all about helping homeowners and those who would like to be homeowners and those who would like to get into real estate.
Got our cue. Oh my God, you guys, we're live from our houses.
What's
This is
up?
amazing. Hello, happy Friday the 13th, everybody. My name's Vandana Bala. You're watching Real Estate Exposed. My co-host, Brandon Roberts, owner of Signature Real Estate Group, and Shelly Panzarella, who is the branch manager of Prosperity Lending. Hi, guys. How are you doing this Friday morning?
Doing
Not sure. It's
great.
a little bumpy getting on here, but I think this will work out good.
I think this is great. It's weird. I don't have a background, so I'm a little off kilter on it, but I feel
You
weird.
have a background. It's a beautiful.
It's a painting.
Okay.
I had to move my
Okay.
desk. You should see the situation that I've created for myself in my house so that it's a beautiful-ish background.
Looks good.
The nice thing is, your head doesn't disappear like it does
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Zoom call.
The digitals.
Mhm.
Good times. Good times. So we are coming to you. Who wants to say it? Who wants to tell them why we're doing it this way?
I'll tell them because I tested positive for COVID,
Ah.
COVID.
right? In my sarcastic remarks. So so I tested yesterday and came up positive. Overall, it hasn't been a bad experience. I mean, it hasn't been a great experience, but I only had like really one rough night. And other than that, it feels like I got a pretty severe cold. Hopefully it doesn't turn the other direction, but every day I feel a little better. So,
Well, good. We're glad you're sort of, that's the worst of it for you so far.
Yeah.
But it sucks that you got it.
well,
I mean, we know we didn't want to be the sandwich around you, unfortunately.
Even though we are the sandwich around you today.
yes, but
Yeah.
now we're really distanced. So,
Yes.
but we're also
For-
trying out our new technology. So we're seeing how this works too. So this can create a lot of different things. So if one of us travels or whatever, that we can still remote in. And I
Yes.
think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
which
I
is
was going
going
to say
to
next week I'll be in Hawaii. So can we do
Wait,
that?
what?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm going to be out of town next week and the week after. So this
Yeah.
is a great time to try it out. So thanks, Brandon, for doing that for us.
You are going to
Yes.
California.
I am. I'll be
Yeah.
out of town. So this is a great way for us to try this out. So we're going to do this a little bit more often. Our governor has actually asked all of us to stay home anyway. So I think this is a great opportunity for us to showcase the technology that we offer here at our company, as well as how we can come live to you, even though we're not next to each other. You can reach out and touch us right from your screens.
We're
No,
just as
that's
close
not a
to
thing?
you guys as we've ever been.
Yeah, I feel like I'm super close. Like I keep checking my hair and my makeup and all of that. But anyways, let's talk about stats. You guys ready for stats?
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right. So the
5.5
only
million.
weird thing about what?
5.5 million.
Oh, are we there already? Well, the
No.
weird thing is I can't see you while I check the stats. I mean, I have to like double screen it. I need a secondary screen, I think, for next week. Because this is not going to work very well for me. So it's just taken me a little bit of time to get into the MLS. So just give me a minute.
Oh, is that the
happened?
Jeopardy music?
So
Yeah.
I'm going to say 6 million. Can we do the 5.5 and 6? Are you-
5.5
are you
and
getting it?
6 are the guesses
Yes.
that we have. Okay.
Drum
Hang tight.
roll.
All right, we're almost there, you guys. Drum roll. The highest
Well, the sad
price.
thing about you playing the Jeopardy music was the passing away of Alex Trebek.
I
But
know.
way to be very topical on the
Yeah.
current on
She
our
set that
topic.
up for me.
Yes.
That music
Well,
will
no, I
never be
did
the
know.
same.
I know it won't. Have you seen the reels of him? Like, what are they called? The stuff where where you screw up during the
Yes.
Blooper reels.
bloopers. Yeah, have you seen the bloopers that he's done? Those
Where he's swearing?
like, my heart. They're really cool. I'll send them to you guys later. Maybe I'll post the link underneath what our post today.
His
All right.
his bloopers are like us live.
Yeah, exactly. But we have right now the highest price sold listing was 3.6 million.
That's always what I say. 3.2. The one time I go to 6 million.
I know. There were 852 homes that sold in the last 7 days, and that is down. If you guys remember, we were closer to 1,000, so that was down from last week, about 100-ish. And our highest price listing or highest price sold property is also down, and that took 386 days. Not an inside deal.
Not an in-house.
Not an in-house job. Yeah. So really cool thing though, I know we're still on stats. I'm going to skip over and do a squirrel moment. I went to go see this community called Trilogy. Have you guys heard of it here in Vegas? So super cool. Brandon's saying yes, but I'm pretty sure that's like a false yes.
No, I've heard of it. I haven't been there.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's active living, right?
It's active living. It's for 55 and over, and they've got several different types of varieties of home. They've got single story homes, like actual single family homes, and then they've got the condo style living, and then a 3-story building with a elevator in one of the elevators that you feel like, oh my God, did I get frozen? It's one of those elevators where you're like this the entire time, and there's only like 2 people that can fit in there who really love each other. Otherwise, it's a terrible place to be. So
how do they bring furniture up?
I don't know. I didn't ask all those. Maybe from one of those cranes or whatever. I don't know. I didn't ask the question, but it was super cool. One of the coolest parts about it though was I was in one of those units, and you'll never guess, there was a TV in the middle of the room.
Is that the picture you sent?
Yes.
That's awesome.
There was a TV in one of the models in the middle of the room. So it swiveled in the middle of the room, like on this stand or whatever. And it went around. So you could have it in the bedroom, or you could have it in that, you know how like some of these masters, they've got little master retreats or whatever. So it was in one of them, like in the master retreat, you could turn the TV. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Okay, not ever seen.
I just have to stop you really quick because we actually have somebody on our Facebook Live. Hi, Vicente. Let's make sure we let him know we're grateful for him to be our viewer.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for catching in. Oh, look, we responded. So so cool. This thing is pretty cool. I like it.
Yes.
So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. It wasn't the coolest thing I've ever seen, because the coolest thing I've ever seen is where the TV comes out of the ground. Let's be real here. All right. Yep, right from the ground. All right. So should I go back to stats, or do we not care anymore?
Well, where is Trilogy at?
So Trilogy is off of Town Center near the 215. You know where Sienna is? Also another active.
That's why I've heard of it. I've driven by it.
Yeah, it's actually on the way to your house.
Yeah.
It's actually we watched that getting built because it's right behind our office, which is that 215 in Town Center. I think their studio or their design studio is actually next door to us at Prosperity Lending.
Gotcha. Yeah. So they have a lot of, so while we were there, they were doing like yoga classes, and they were getting set up for a bike class. They were doing a bunch of really cool classes. So I thought, why not share it? And you want to hear the best part? Not that we can do anything about it right now, but they have the coolest like clubhouse where you can throw parties with the most amazing view of the Strip. So.
Is that also active living? So do we all have to be over 55 in order for us to enjoy the clubhouse? Okay.
So you can be 18. So they actually have a 80-20 rule. They can sell 20% to under 55 of their community. And then 80% has to be 55 and over. And then, so as they sell, they will start, they've got some really cool floor plans though, like some really, really cool floor plans. There was this 3,500 square foot, home that was just incredible. It had the most amazing bar, and I have pictures. I'll post it on our channel Facebook thing. By the Bears' best golf course. Yes, Robert. Yes. Right there. It's close to there.
Robert.
So anyways, so it was pretty cool to be able to go do that. And I just, like I said, had a squirrel moment, and I thought I would say it since we talked about the TV situation. Do you guys want to Do you guys want me to continue with stats or no? Do we not care anymore?
Let's do it.
We care.
Okay. So we have 804 new listings that came on the market. Again, not a ton of listings. Things are coming down as far as the market's concerned in the sense where there's not as much inventory. We were already short on inventory to begin with. And so that's kind of a not a good thing. I will tell you, in my search, I'm currently helping a client look for some property. And while we're out and about, there are people that are saying they're taking their house off the market until the beginning of the year because I went to Toll Brothers. So Toll Brothers over in Mesa Ridge to help them find a property, and they have nothing, no standing inventory, and nothing that's even ready to go or started to get built. They are so far behind. They're looking at anywhere from 12 to 16 months from ground to finish, which is crazy. So even the new homes are having a struggle. Like even when I went to Reverence, they don't have anything in standing inventory right now in Reverence. They've got one property in Tule Springs, but for the most part, they don't have anything that's ready to go in Reverence either. So we are starting to see a shortage of inventory, which is slightly scary. And we only have, you guys, 6,329 listings on the market. That's not a lot.
So what is that, like a month and a half?
823. We've got 7. Well, it's technically, is that 7 weeks? I mean, it's showing 7 weeks off of our sales, but not a lot. Carry the one. Yes.
So that's
Shelley.
actually more, right? From last week? Because last week Brandon said we were 6 weeks.
Yeah, but remember what's being sold has gone down too. So
okay.
I think it's a ripple effect. Yeah, ripple effect. Okay.
So what are your thoughts on the forbearances turning into foreclosures? I've seen that a lot on our news articles and news feeds. Do you think that's on the way out for us, or on the way in for us, I guess you could say? Because there's a high level of forbearances that are not making coming to fruition on their agreements and everything, that or arrangements they'd had with the banks. So the next step would be sell, right? So do you think that's going to be an influx of inventory?
Hopefully in the next here's the problem is that, I want to say it will be, but I don't know. What are you saying?
You said hopefully people have to sell their house.
I mean, yeah, well, we need inventory, right? So I don't mean it in that sense. I mean,
well, then they have to find a place to live too.
Yeah, that's true. And our rentals are down, right? Because we have seen, I mean, there's a lot of people who used to be landlords that are just saying, hey, it's time to sell because I don't want to deal with what's happening. And if we go into another quarantine and there's another eviction moratorium. So the CDC eviction moratorium, from what I'm hearing, may be extended until February. And that's, I've got a couple of tenants that are trying to take advantage of that, and that's not cool. It's not cool for landlords, but what do you do? I think I'm going to go spend like a day or a couple of hours in Judge Brown's courtroom just to kind of see what, how he's handling evictions right now. I know we totally skipped
like the eviction judge?
Huh?
Is he like the eviction judge, or?
He's the one that we usually end up in front of. I just want to see kind of like what's happening. You know what I mean? I feel like it'll be a good lesson. I don't necessarily want to be in a room full of crowded people or a crowded room full of people.
I highly recommend it.
Thanks, Brandon. Listen, not all of us want to be like you.
No, but no, it's interesting. I mean, it's pretty easy to catch. I mean, I just know one of our agents basically had it, and I was around them a little bit too much, I guess. And next thing you know, there it is. So be careful.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
So do you feel like?
Sorry. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me put these on because apparently I'm not loud enough.
No, you're loud enough. We just getting an echo.
Oh,
that's a lot better.
Oh, yay! Mm-hmm. Okay, this is a good look for me anyway. Okay.
So Brandon, are you a for or against the mask wearing? Do you think that's going to be? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but what's your thoughts on mask wearing?
I don't think it helps personally.
You don't think so?
No, I think what helps is really social distancing yourself from people. I mean, I think as much as people are wearing masks, and I'm not saying that a mask worn properly wouldn't help. I'm saying the way most people are wearing masks is not really helping. People are touching them a lot.
You mean down here?
Yeah, you're picking up on surfaces. I don't think
the chin
I don't
covers.
think people are washing their masks. So in that regard, I think it's not helping. So I'm not pro mask mandate for those reasons. But I think if you're doing something to protect yourself, it's better than doing nothing.
I wash my mask every night when I come home.
You're the rare one.
I have like 25 masks. So like
you
I
just
go
rotate
through.
it.
Oh yeah. And then I wash mine just like I wash my clothes like once a week.
Your chones. Your panties? Like your panties?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I
I
would
hope you
agree. I
watch
mean,
those.
it's hard not to be around everybody, but I do agree. I feel like it's the social distancing aspect of it. And as well, I think the mask wearing too, but more so for yourself. Because if I get a sneeze, I can at least cover my, have my mask on and nobody knows that I'm sneezing or coughing.
Yeah, here's the other secret.
But that's healthy.
I know.
That's
kind of gross as I say that.
I carry masks in my car too, just in case, because from time to time I drop my mask, and because I'm clumsy as shit, and so I'll drop it sometimes, and I won't have a mask to wear, and then I'm like, now I gotta go home. So I've been carrying extra masks in my car now.
Yeah.
So do you drive with your mask in the car by yourself?
No. God, no.
Like
no,
this.
that's ridiculous.
I do.
But I do. I
do.
sanitize every single time I get back into the car. I sanitize my hands, my steering wheel. I mean, I'm a little nutso. I have been though from the beginning. Plus, it doesn't help that my mom calls me every 2 seconds and like, did you sanitize today? I'm like, yep. I even wiped after I peed. You're welcome.
That's awesome.
Forgot to wash my hands after, but hey.
Right. I said bye to everybody I saw before I left. Don't worry, Mom. I got this.
The interesting thing is you start to notice every time somebody doesn't do something, they don't wash their hands long enough, or, oh my gosh, you just picked that up off the floor. I mean, you're way more aware.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure. For sure.
One of my friends just moved to Texas, and they had some, oh my God, I have to remember what that sign was, because I've lost all of my data on my phone because I had to buy a new phone, but I gotta remember what that is. I'm gonna ask her for it right now. So I'll come back to that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Shelly, you were talking about forbearances.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking about inventory, and if you think that will be helping our inventory issues that we're having, because one other thing I was listening to was something about median home prices being up, but do you think it's because people are actually purchasing in the higher area? I guess this really doesn't have to do with forbearances, but the median home prices, as you were talking about, are higher.
So I didn't actually talk about that today.
You didn't? Was that last week?
We didn't talk about it today at all.
You almost said we had an agenda for this, but we really don't.
Supply and demand.
Right. We talked about supply and demand. We talked about how many days on market. We talked about stuff like that. But okay, so just so you know, the median prices have gone up. It's $381,687. $381,687 is the average price. $3 is the median price, which I think is down, but the average has gone up. Just to give you.
Well, we'll have to carry the show without her.
I was gonna say, is that me or is that her?
It's her. She's froze, and that's a good look for her too, by the way. So
get a picture. Give me that picture.
Yeah,
okay,
we'll make that our new cover photo. But anyway, yes, the median prices have gone up, and I think that's due to just the lack of inventory. So you've got less supply, more demand. People pay more for it. Welcome back, Claudina.
Thanks. It wasn't you. It was me.
Yeah, I know.
It's not you, it's me. Roberts is asking, what will happen to the market when inventory levels go back to typical numbers? Well, first of all, what's typical?
I know. What is typical? You mean like eight weeks worth of inventory?
Yeah. Like, is 3 months a good, normal market? 6 months? Good normal market?
I think, yeah. So normally it takes, it depends. Well, for us here in Nevada, I think a typical market would be anywhere between 4 to 6 months.
That's
right?
a healthy,
That would
a
be
healthy,
a
even market between buyer and seller.
Correct. Anything less than that is a shortage of inventory. Anything more than that is an excess of inventory. Or you can call it a shortage of buyers and and then on the other end, like, if it's less than that, then it's more buyers than we have inventory.
Or you
See
could
how supply and demand works, guys?
You could call it a seller's market or a buyer's market.
You could.
Right?
So
If there's more buyers than houses, then what's that?
If inventory levels go up, then does it become a buyer's market?
Right. Prices will come down because there's more. Yep. You have to be more competitive to get your home sold. So you lower your price to compete with the others. It's a race to the bottom.
So right now I should be looking to sell my home that I've been in for 15 plus years, because this is a seller's market.
I've been telling you to do that for a year now.
Depends though, because what are you going to go buy?
I'm going to go buy a Trilogy condo in the active living lifestyle, because I'm almost at that Gen X, right? I am a Gen X.
Then yes.
We talked about this last week.
I know. What?
Sell now. Yeah. No, they do have inventory there at Trilogy.
So you should check with Rich first.
Who? Check with who?
Oh,
Rich, your husband.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He's watching. I'm sure he's going to chime in just a minute.
Oh, is he? Is he in the next room?
No, he's not. He's not going
to. He's watching though. I saw him come on. Hi, Rich.
Oh, he did? No. Nice. So we've had more people watch us this way than we have when we're live. I mean, we're live now too, but I mean like when we're next to each other.
How do you know?
Well, we are I could touch. Oh, wrong way.
Yeah.
I have technology. That's awesome. All right. So forbearances could potentially bring in the inventory. So then what happens to median home prices? You think they'll go down, or you think they'll stay the same?
So I've been hearing, and we talked about this before too, I've been hearing rumors that, hey, prices are going to go down. People are afraid that prices are going to go down. And I was like, well, I think we've already had an influx in prices to begin with. We had such an increase pretty quickly in the last 6 months that there has to be some correction, right? So they might go down, but I think it'll all be relative.
Well, I'm looking at
I don't even know.
I'm looking at an article from Housing Wire that basically says all loan types continue to experience drop in forbearance. The U.S. forbearance rate measuring the share of mortgages with suspended payments fell 16 basis points to 5.67 last week, with 4 of the 5 loan types dropping by double-digit basis points, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association.
So some of that I think is, the newer forbearances, but you still have those ones that started in the very beginning that they're now having to make a decision on the agreement or move forward with the agreement. And I think that's where they're having a hard time. I've actually had a few borrowers call and say, hey, can you refinance me out of this? And then, unfortunately they can't come to terms on their payment. And so now they're going to look to sell homes. So just
yeah. So most of the forbearances then, are they like they were just put off for a certain period of time and now their whole back payments are due? Because my understanding was a lot of them were getting pushed to the end.
They have different agreements. So all of the like the newer one, or the ones that we'd had when we first went into when it first started, I think a lot of those are now coming to an agreement. And I think certain servicers will allow either the deferment or over time, or the lump sum, right? Some of them are requiring a lump sum. Some of them are requiring, even if you do it over time, they take for whatever's remaining, that's still going to increase their payment. So if you couldn't make a payment that was lower before, how are you going to make a payment now that's a couple $100 more? You know what I mean? So it's,
job back.
Yeah, that too.
Do you think, well, I mean, we just had that hotel open and we've got another one that's on queue to open, right? So we've got a couple of places that need jobs. I think that helps our economy a little bit.
Should.
No? Am I frozen? Hello?
Yeah, Brandon went to see that hotel, right? The Circa is what you're talking?
And look,
you went too, didn't you? Oh.
I did not go. I didn't know.
Oh, I thought you
wasn't
went
invited.
for like date night or something.
We
Didn't you go
didn't
to
get
Barry's?
a reservation. We did not. We did not. We did not make it into the reservation category because you had to be like, I think they were like a week out.
Well, so
we could just walk in.
Last Friday, I got to go to Barry's.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Still not
He's
my
COVID
favorite
positive now.
steakhouse. Yeah, well, the guy I went with, one of the guys that was there, is also COVID positive, and I think that's where I contracted it. Not at Barry's, but from that guy.
From the steak?
Yeah.
Probably at Barry's. No, just kidding.
Probably at Barry's.
All right. All right, so I found
We're
that
never
sign.
gonna
Are you guys?
Yes, we're ready for it.
Sorry. All right. Wash your hands like you just got done slicing jalapenos for a batch of nachos and you need to take your contacts out. And then it says, that's like 20 seconds of scrubbing, y'all. That is Texas's coronavirus prevention that they've put out.
That's on their warning in the airport.
I don't know if it's on their airports or whatnot, but it's on like all of their stores, apparently. Have you guys ever sliced up
Been to Texas?
jalapenos? Been to Texas,
Negative.
yeah. Sliced up onions and tried to take out your contacts? Huh? Oh, yeah. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
No, I wear glasses.
Oh. All the time?
Oh,
Damn it, I'm frozen
for reading,
again.
but I'm about to go all the time. So,
Got it. That's
anyway.
not good. Oh, that's right.
What's
You
your
had your
favorite
appointment
steakhouse?
last week.
Wait, so what? We didn't talk about the like the big news that happened this Monday. You know, like this assumed presidential like election is over, and what that's going to do for the real estate market. Any guesses on that? Are we good with Biden? Are we good to say Biden is actually the winner?
Do we have results yet?
Well, we have results. We don't have certified results. So
Yeah, the results are in. I'm negative.
I'm positive.
I'm going
No,
at 10:30.
I think they're going to find some discrepancies in voting. They already have. I don't think they'll find enough to overturn the election results. I think you're looking at a Biden term, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I think a lot of that's going to depend on the Senate races in Georgia. So we'll have to see. I don't think anything's settled yet.
So, are you still having hope that there's going to be a change to that, or you think it'll just take time?
Change to what?
To the presidential.
No, I don't think there'll be enough votes overturned in enough states to change that. I think Biden will be the president, like it or not. I think there was a lot of things that we'll learn from this election. Hopefully that will make them better and more trustworthy. Whether it was done right or not, there's a lot of doubt in a lot of people's minds. And so that makes it rough. So hopefully through this process, we'll learn a lot to make them better. That's all I know from the news desk.
Well, I think the best thing that's come out of all of this was all the memes.
Memes.
The memes.
Memes. Oh.
MEMES. Like, have you seen some of the memes after they like sort of officially, unofficially announced Biden and, you know, with some of the things that Trump was doing and how he was refusing to leave the White House. And like, there's been some really cool memes that have come out of this, but the ones for Nevada, those were spot on. Like those I feel were amazing.
I think memes can be funny and taken in the right light, but I think there's a lot of meanness behind a lot of them.
I agree. I mean, it's like joking, right? There's always a little bit of truth in the joke too.
Well,
Yes.
Perception.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to have to drag Trump out of the White House if he officially loses. I think he'll turn it over.
Yeah, I think he said something about leaving the country. I heard that too.
He's not leaving the country. I think if he doesn't win this, I think you'll see him contest for the next election.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well,
You heard it first,
I mean-
everyone. Real estate exposed.
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 The amount of people that voted in this election, no president ever has received the amount of votes that either one of these guys have. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy, you know.
Dead or
Yeah.
alive, right?
Granted, there was a lot of dead votes and multiple votes and stuff, but still, it adds up to be a lot.
So many people voted, even the dead ones.
Yeah,
but
it's amazing.
So speaking of record number of people voting, there's also now, just so you know, I'm getting like live feeds on my phone, text messages. I've got some friends that are currently in the NAR meetings. And there's a treasurer's report that just came out, and we have a record number of real estate licensees in the country. It's actually broken our record high from 2008. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So does it say how many?
Yeah, she told me, but now there's like that 5 million texts that they've sent over. So hold on, let me find it. Over 1.4. That's a lot of realtors.
Yeah, it is.
So that's not just licensees, actually. That's realtors, right? So there's more licensees than that. But 1.4 million people. And I don't know what the number was before. So I don't know what to say.
I remember before I moved to Vegas, I remember it was a big deal when NAR, National Association of Realtors, went over 1 million members. And now they're at 1.4. That's huge, especially in a pandemic and everything else.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, still a great business to get into. We also are seeing that housing prices are continuing to have record rise in Las Vegas. I've seen probably 4 or 5 articles. I know we talked a little bit about it with median prices going up, but there is definitely an increase in that. And I know that we're getting a lot of people even through our school that are looking to get their license. So it's all around. Real estate seems to be a pretty good industry to be a part of. I mean, if you don't have a job doing anything else, might as well get into real estate. Right. And then it's our job as brokers to either make you realize your love for it or your hate for it. So either you stick in or you get out.
I think that's one of the great things that you guys do at Signature is that you guys always work to lift your agents up, regardless of where they are, if they're new or they're seasoned or they're in the middle. And preparing them also for what this will really look like. You guys do a lot of great things in training and events and meetings and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We try. Mm-hmm. So we work with a lot of great agents. So
yeah, we do.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of help from the agents too. I'm really proud of all the camaraderie and the sharing and stuff and the help that goes on agent to agent. So it's really a cool environment.
I will tell you though, Brandon, that comes from you. And I've said it even when we were, at the other company that we don't talk about. But from then you always had this sense of collaboration and you always wanted people, even though we were independently owned and operated in that other organization, we always worked as a team, right? There was always this camaraderie between the brokers and the agents and whatnot. So, and that I think comes from the top down. And guess what? You're the top.
All right,
you're the little star on top of the Christmas tree. Oh,
it's because I'm surrounded by beauty.
Well, today you are, because we're literally on both sides of you. So Shelly, you had said something about the luxury new home market, or just luxury in general. And so there is actually an article that came out by the Review Journal. I don't know if you guys got a chance to read it. Brandon sent it to us, and I read every so often when he does send us these things. But there's it's saying that there's actually pent up demand for luxury property right now. And I'll tell you, my clients that I've been looking for, they started in that 600, 700 range. They're cash buyers. They just sold their home in North Carolina. And they're coming out here to buy. And we started looking at $1.2 million because it's so much easier to get into a property that already has everything in it. So we're at 1.2, 1.3 million is what we're looking at. And they're just like, it makes sense. I mean, we want the wow factor. These homes have it. Let's go. Let's get them. But there is a lot of pent up demand for luxury.
I mean, this year it's been a lot of, we've had more jumbo financing, I guess you can say, than I have. In fact, I'm actually closing on one at the Queensridge condo that's like 1.6, and there's a couple in there now that we're about to take on as well. So the Toll Brothers Mesa Ridge, I think they're over $1 million as well. So we've done a few in there. And I think one of it is that there's more access to it. Right in the beginning with COVID, the jumbo investors went away and they're coming back again. And then also with the rates being so low, it is actually making a pretty, making that mortgage payment like $1,000 less to be a point lower in rate. But yeah, I definitely am seeing that across the board on our stuff as well. And, this time of year, we're going to start to see whether we're going to get a lift in conforming loan limits, right? Because every year, right around Thanksgiving time, they come out and say, hey, starting January 1st, this is going to be our new conforming loan limits. You guys want to take a guess as to what that's going to be? Not that I have the answer to that.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous. I was so excited for a minute.
I think we'll probably be like 535. We're 510 today.
Okay.
Right?
That's not much.
Yeah.
We went from 484 in, what was that, 19? 510, and then 535. That seems the right jump, right?
Yeah. You know what I really want to talk about? So you have a program that you guys do, which I think is super cool. What, are we done talking? Are we done?
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you want to finish that topic?
You're good. We're good.
No, we can totally finish that topic. Are you done?
Yes.
Are you sure? Did you say what you wanted to say?
Yes.
Okay. So do you have this program called the Cross Collateral Program, which I think is super freaking cool? Do you want to talk about that? I know I'm putting you on the spot. Talk about it. Go.
So, I mean, that's helped us out with our contingent or not to have a contingent situation where a borrower wants to move out of a home, doesn't need proceeds this debt that they're departing from. And so this gives them the opportunity to basically purchase the home with little to no down using the collateral on their current home. And then they don't have to qualify using the debt on that current home too. So it's been a great program for those who want to kind of transition from one home to the other without really having to sell it before they move.
And do you think that's because a lot of people, so how many have you done so far?
We've actually, we've consulted like more than 20 plus people that are looking to do the contingent side of it, to do the cross collateral. 5 have actually gone through and completed it. And I think the main difference is timing, right? Because there's obviously we have to get an appraisal on their current home. So we have to prepare them for like a 45 to 60 day escrow. Not every seller is looking to take on a 45 to 60 day escrow in our market today. So, we have to switch them up to do some different things. But we do have a lot of people who come across our desk to look at the cross collateral program. And about 5 have actually gone through and closed using it. Nice. The ones that have closed, they were really wanting to not be in a position like during this pandemic to have anybody come in and see their home. So they wanted to be fully transitioned out. It also gave the agent a lot of an opportunity to sell the home where it was, empty, right? And so it was a win-win for everybody.
So, can you guys hear me? I feel like I'm having this weird so I'm fine, right? Everybody can see me, hear me, all that good stuff. Okay. So I have this weird lag on my side, and I'm like a blob now on my screen anyway.
You know, upgrade your internet.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I do.
Yeah,
it's as high as it can be. I don't know.
Well, you need to move then. Time to sell your house.
I just ran out of it. Damn it.
You should have put in better internet.
That wasn't the option they provided me. I was going to say something. What I was going to say is that right now, that's what happens when you don't use Apple. Shut up. So
Are you not using, you don't have an iPhone? I don't get it.
No, I have an iPhone, but I was told to
call
on your phone? From my computer.
Oh.
I called on my computer. My computer. I'm on my computer.
You're on your computer. Kelly's on her phone.
No, I'm on my computer.
Oh, good.
Yes.
She doesn't use an Apple either.
I don't. So it must be your internet. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So I was going to say, with the contingency not having to be an issue, right? I think that's really important during the pandemic, especially when we have low inventory and you're competing with buyers that are cash. To have a contingency doesn't always look good. And it's going to be harder to get your offer accepted with that contingency. So having this cross collateral, I think, is a great thing to have in your pocket, in your back pocket. Let's talk about really quickly, if you can't pay rent, right? We've got a lot of people right now during this pandemic that aren't able to pay their rent, like legitimately can't pay their rent. And there are several options that are available to them. There's about one. So I read something that says that there's about 1 in 5 renters that have said that they've fallen behind during the pandemic, good, bad, or indifferent, right? That whether they lost their jobs or they just, for some reason, can't pay their rent, right? Whatever that reason may be. So there's several options in which, so that you don't face eviction, because now you can start evicting for non-payment of rent unless you have a CDC declaration, in which case all those renters have got to, under penalty of perjury, state that and declare that, they've made efforts to make rent payments, that they will be homeless or have to live with other people and potentially be exposed. That they've made best efforts to apply for assistance. And like, there's 5 things, right? And so if you do that CDC declaration, that's totally cool. That is one way to keep you in the home, but you have to actually declare those things and be true about declaring those, 5 things or whatever. But there are other opportunities where they've got, for instance, I don't know, there's the section. A lot of people have asked me about Section 8, like, can I apply for Section 8? And I said, yeah, you can. But then that also means that the landlord would have to get that property to Section 8 standards, right? Past the eviction. You can go to the housing. Yeah, the property has to qualify. You can go through the housing authority and get, get some rent payments and some assistance from there. Go to the treasurer's website and apply through there. There's also organizations called justshelter.org that help with community resources. There are almost 400, if not over 400 rental assistance programs right now in Nevada to help people. 400. And so it baffles me. And it would be great if we had one place where everybody could go and just apply and say, here, let's just send it's, how same thing with scholarships. I wish that there was an easier way to do it. Do you guys remember applying for scholarships when you were in college? No?
Never went to college.
No. Oh, so what? You're about to have to start doing it, Shelly, for your daughter, right? She's not going to apply for college.
2.5 years. And no, she's going to get a scholarship for gymnastics and education.
So there are so many scholarships that are out there that you wouldn't even think of. Valerie, we've had her on the show a couple of times, good friend of ours. Well, she has a scholarship that's available as well. And but that's what I'm talking about. There's all these little private firms that have them. Why can't we have something similar for rental assistance programs and for scholarships where they just apply in one place and it just goes to everybody?
I heard of an app that
me too. That was on that show.
Shark Tank or something.
Shark Tank. Yes.
Yeah. To apply for student loans. But you're right. If there was something that would do something like that for rental assistance, that'd be cool.
They have it for scholarships too, by the way, Brandon. There's an app for scholarships as well. And I can't remember.
Isn't that what I just said?
No, you said you said loans. Loans and scholarships are not the same thing.
Oh, student or for financing of I got it. You're right.
Okay. Now we're on the same page.
Scholarships too.
They have it for scholarships too. I want to know about that. I'm not picking on you. I understand you're working.
He's saying
on it.
Lollipop.
What's lollipop?
I didn't go to college. I don't know the difference, so it's good.
Aw, you're probably one of the smartest people I know most days. Yeah. Besides
most
myself.
Days. Besides today. Every day but today.
Okay. What else we got? Should we talk about Zillow again or no? Are we done with them?
Who's that?
So let's talk.
What would you talk about
rates?
Huh? I don't know. I'm just asking because they're buying up a lot of properties here in Vegas.
Are they?
Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah, they're actually obviously one of the biggest iBuyers. I mean, so I keep getting a call from them saying, hey, we noticed that you're no longer advertising and blah, blah, blah. And I was really nice to the guy. Haha, actually, yep, most days.
Squirrel.
Sorry. So I got a call from my rep when I used to, advertise with them, and he was like, well, we're doing this and we're doing that. And I said, look, I'm going to be really honest with you. I said, I think that you guys are probably a good organization and blah, blah, blah. I go, I just refuse to feed the beast that is now trying to take over my industry. And that's just who I am, right? I don't want to do it. And I think that it's okay if other people are. It's just not something that's in my budget for this year or maybe ever. But, with them coming into the market now and being realtors, they're going to have access to a lot of our supply, and they're writing a lot of offers. They're buying up a lot of property, to hold.
Yeah, it's good. We have buyers.
Yeah, we do. We have lots of buyers.
If they make an offer that's acceptable to a buyer or a seller, then I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
So when you say hold, does that mean it becomes a rental, or does that mean they're going to buy it?
Make it a rental, which will be good, I think, because I think we're going to need that. What is going on? Why is there so much noise? Is that you, Shelly?
I don't hear it.
I don't.
I heard a lot of banging.
Betamax is on the other side. It could be Beta.
That's right. Okay.
Now he's turning his mic off.
All right. So do you want to talk about rates? We're almost there, you guys. It's like 9:45. Holy moly.
Yeah, I'm going to take the tail end of this. So so rates actually have been negative. Yes, we were all
negative on it wasn't him.
He's still hovering in the 2.75 range, although on Monday they actually jumped up a little bit, so we got close to the 3% range, but they've come back down. Stocks rallied around. I think the number one reason was really the COVID vaccine, and I think that's like I don't know if you call it oxymoron or what you call it, but there's a vaccine out there. Rates are going to go up a little bit because of the excitement around potential, because of the opportunity that the vaccine is going to be out here. Which, by the way, will you guys will you get vaccinated if it comes out?
No,
I won't need to. Oh, you'll have an antibody, huh?
Yeah, let's hope.
Well, the coronavirus is mutating, right? So even though you have the antibody to this particular strand of it, there's other series apparently. So anyways, I'm not an expert, nor do I try to play one on this show.
The flu changed a year ago.
Yeah.
So this might be me. Did Brandon cut out, or was that just me?
No, Brandon cut out. I thought it was just I thought it was me, but apparently I do. So
I would be excited to take the vaccine right off the bat. Because it was developed so quickly. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's probably going to be good for a lot of people, but I just kind of wait and see.
90% efficacy. That's a big word.
Do you think the rates are different because of the vaccine or because of the election? Because it sort of happened almost at the same time. So it could both, right? Because we've been talking about waiting on the election to see what rates do. And I've had a lot of people who've been sitting on the sidelines waiting for the election to see what they want to do about selling their house, buying a house, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
hello?
I think that,
am I frozen?
Are you
knock, knock, knock?
You're good. I heard your question. Am I frozen?
No.
I think it was in part the election, but I do believe it was the news of the vaccine that really spiked the stocks, and then obviously as stocks go up, everybody pulls out of the bonds for mortgages, and so mortgages went up. So I think it was really the excitement around the vaccine, which is great, right? If we can get a vaccine and we can get some immunity herding, or is that what they call it? Then maybe we'll be past this. And to your point, now that we're Debbie Downer, you're going to tell us there's a mutation happening on the COVID virus.
I know what you're talking about, Willis.
All the people that watch our show, watch out. The stock market's about to crash now.
No. Don't say that.
That's
Jesus.
what you just said.
I know.
No.
So you guys, Thanksgiving's coming. Do you have anything exciting going on? Let's talk about something fun and good and awesome.
I will just be coming out of quarantine. So hopefully I'll be able to go to turkey dinner.
Where are you going?
I don't know, but not too far.
So either Shell's house or home to Utah?
Well, I'm not going up to Salt Lake. No.
Oh, got it. All right. What about you, Shelly? Are you trying to cook a turkey? Are you going to try to do that? I mean, you don't like cooking anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, tell me about that turkey in your freezer. Tell everybody about your turkey in that freezer.
So God bless my mother-in-law. She's been gone since 2012. She bought us a turkey at some point. I was supposed to cook it, I'm pretty sure, but I've been in my home for
2012. Everybody just catch that, right? Because it was she bought it pre-2012. Continue.
Yeah, so it's still sitting in our freezer because I've lived in my home for 15 years, right? And so as we have been going through quarantine, trying to figure out what to cook. There's this turkey. So I was asking you if you think I could actually brine it maybe for a couple of weeks and see if it would actually turn out okay in trying to cook that. What do you guys think? No?
All right. So this is going to be an audience question. This is going to be ask the audience question. Is a turkey that's been in your freezer since 2012, pre-2012, still okay to pull out and cook today?
So I used to work in the restaurant business, right? And we had a saying in the restaurant business, said, when in doubt, throw it out. So if there's ever a question, get rid of it. I mean, what good is it to quarantine yourself, wear a mask all around town, and then just kill yourself from food poisoning?
It's in its original packaging, Brandon, so I'm pretty sure it's safe.
If you eat that turkey, that's so true, Ashley.
You might be immune to COVID if you eat it, yes. If you survive the turkey, you will survive anything. Yeah. In fact, that turkey may be 100% vaccine for the COVID virus right now.
Right. See, I always believe that meat in the freezer is still good for like a max of 2 years. I think after that, it's time to say bye-bye. If you haven't cooked it, chances of you cooking it after 2 years are probably slim to none. Worse than it was within those 2 years. That's just my thought process.
So we're just going to say it's a memento right now that we received.
You're just going to leave it in the freezer for the rest of your life?
Well, or until we sell this house.
That turkey is not your mother-in-law, Shelly. You've got to let it go.
To my husband.
I think your biggest thing on that is probably going to be just freezer burned and all that stuff anyway. So it's probably not going to be that good. So, but give it a try. Let us know how it goes.
It's going to be dry as hell too.
You're a good cook, right?
Who, Shelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, I want her to answer that.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Shelly.
Are you a good cook?
I'm a great reservation maker.
Okay, so basically, when that turkey's done, we won't know if it was because of the freezer or you anyway. So
don't worry, I'll be bringing it up to you guys for some sampling. I'm sure Beta will try it. Beta's got my back.
Beta will not. And for sure, Tyson will not. Tyson barely eats anything if it's more than a week old. He gets freaked out because he thinks he's going to be poisoned. Yeah. Beta was telling me the other day, he's like, so when did you cook that? Because I send them food every so often. He's like, so when did you cook that? I'm like, I give you guys food like that I cook within 2 to 3 days. Like that's the max. And then you got to finish it within a week. Right. And he's like, yeah, Tyson wouldn't touch it. Well.
Wow.
Yeah, I think.
Well, we'll see.
Huh?
I'll let you guys know by our next show whether.
Please don't cook it.
Okay.
No, cook it. I'm curious. Just don't eat it.
Don't eat it. Gonna fry it.
How are you supposed to know if it comes out juicy? I feel like it's gonna be dry.
As soon as you cut into it, you'll know.
All right. So I'm gonna send you the recipe, Shelly. I guess we'll see how it goes. Can you do like a video?
Sure. We'll do a video for it.
Like a beginning, like taking out the turkey and then I feel like Sydney, I'm going to give Sydney a task. She's going to create a video and we're going to post it after our next show. Are you going to cook it between now and next week?
I'm not sure. I was thinking of putting my Christmas decorations up first.
Okay. Hey, so did you say you were going to deep fry that turkey?
That'd be cool, right? Because then it
No,
would be
you be
okay.
careful if you do that. If you've never done that before, be very careful. Don't do it in the house either.
Do you have a
Love
pan
you
to
guys.
deep fry? You need like a big pan to deep fry.
No, you need like a big pot with oil and stuff, but you need to do it outside because put in there that could boil over real easy. Especially if that turkey's still frozen at all, and it'd probably take a couple months to defrost it, as deep frozen as it is.
You're not supposed to eat leftovers after 3 days. This is
That's
not
not
cooked yet, so it's not technically a leftover.
No, he's just saying about my comment where he won't eat it after 3 days. But
He's
Tyson,
a smart
just so
kid.
you know, it's good up to a week. You can eat it for a maximum of 7 days. I mean, most people eat it for longer, but if they don't have any food, like, all those kids in Africa that are starving. Yeah.
Whoa.
It takes longer than 3 days to get it over to them.
Right.
Yeah.
They will eat
It's
that.
the best by date.
Yeah. No, it's good for, 7-ish days. Food is.
I think
Don't
you're
go
always
past that,
safe
though.
if you just eat it the day you cook it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or the day after. I mean, I eat the same. Sometimes I'll just make something and eat it for like 5 days straight
Wow.
because I
I
love
don't
my
make
cooking.
that much food to make it for 5 days.
Well, when you're only feeding yourself.
That's true. True.
Yeah. I'm all by my lonesome. All right. So are you guys ready to wrap this up or you got any other questions?
Todd's good for 10 days solid.
Yeah. See, Todd has an immune system like nobody else. That's how you get food poisoning. No, it's not, Tyson. It's not how you get food poisoning. All right. So let's get off the topic of food because now we're talking about real estate here, you guys. Real estate.
Leftovers.
Can you hear me?
She's frozen. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm good.
I think we're on a wrap.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks so much for watching us today. We are Real Estate Exposed. And if you are watching us, we're on facebook.com/REX. And you can find us on YouTube. I can't hear myself anymore. The music's taking over. Bye.
I hear you.
You're good.
I don't know
Bye,
what
everyone.
else to say.